The way that we do it is that we have the shadow portfolio for each of the analysts where after doing enough research on a company, the analyst has the right to just put a well-researched idea into his or her own shadow portfolio. And the results of the shadow portfolio will actually play a very substantial part in the determination his or her year-end compensation. We think that this method is good in a number of ways. First, there's accountability on the part of the researcher to really try to find the best companies and the opportunities and to recommend it to the firm. And if the firm doesn't accept this recommendation, he or she can put the opportunity into his or her own portfolio. There's also accountability on the part of the portfolio manager, because if it turns out that the name has done really well, but it's the portfolio manager who didn't accept the name, then there is a very clear record of this. So it just keeps everybody in the firm accountable for his or her action. It also empowers the research analysts to not be discouraged and continue to carry on with their work. Track record is everything in terms of the companies that we look at. It's also everything in terms of the ideas that are being generated and recommended by our analysts. So just having this shadow portfolio for an extended period of time, 3, 5, 7 years in some cases, really reduces the cost of communication between the analyst and the portfolio manager. In terms of the long-term theme, we feel that given the GDP per capita in China is still very, very low compared to most of the developed countries, both in Asia and also around the world, we feel that the rise in domestic consumption continues to be a very powerful theme that will drive China's economic growth for the foreseeable future. And we have seen that in the first quarter of 2023, the recovery of the economy in China has largely been driven by consumption. Over the past 2-3 years, a lot of the excess supplies and a lot of the excess competition, this overextension by some of the businesses into unprofitable businesses have been cleansed from the market. So this is leaving quite a substantial void for the incumbent players to fill that gap. So we expect the pace of consolidation in many of the industries in China to accelerate over the next couple of years. And you couple this with the fact that the valuation on a whole in China is very attractive. China, despite having one of the fastest GDP growth over the past 5 years, has been one of the poorest market performers. So we think that the market is quite attractively priced at this time.